some of that concentrate in there, like so. And you want to do maybe a 50-50 or a 60-40, more on the water than the concentrate, if anything. And all you would do, boom. We've got dried sorrel, and that is about 4 cups or so of dried sorrel petals. I've got some clove, ginger, dried orange peel, yeah, and a stick of cinnamon. Of course, we'll need sugar because we're making a syrup, and we'll need water. But the other star of the program today is guava, and this is one guava that's been cut open. Some of them may be pink inside, some of them may be red inside. Don't fret too much. I was lucky as it is. I am based in Canada. It's minus 17 degrees Celsius right now. Height of winter right now, and I am able to get guava, so I'm not going to complain. Give them a good wash, and you're going to cut them into small pieces. I just cut one open in half. I'm just going to cut them into quarters, and we're going to put all of this together in a pot with water, bring it up to a boil, and let it simmer. After it simmers for about 30 minutes, we're going to turn the stove off and let it steep for a few hours. So it's a bit of a process, but we're making guava sorrel juice, or sorrel guava juice, whichever way you want to say it. It's totally up to you. I know there's a lot of debate on whether ginger should be involved in sorrel. In my humble opinion, it should. If ginger is not your thing, don't. If you want to put a star anise in here, you can as well, but I do not like the flavor of black licorice, aka star anise. I've got my big soup pot here. Well, it could be bigger, but this is fine. Here's the thing, I am using dried sorrel because that is what's available to me. If you have fresh sorrel, I would say get about 4 pounds of that fresh sorrel, remove the seeds, give it a good rinse, and use the petals in here. I just find that the dried sorrel can be a bit more intense, so that is why, well, first of all, it's what I can source, and second of all, it's a bit more intense, so this is why I only use about 4 cups, as I said. With the ginger, I just cut up into 2 pieces, and I'm just going to drop that in there. The dried orange peel, of course, the stick of cinnamon. Cloves can be overpowering, so not too much, maybe about half of a teaspoon or so. I held back some of it from what you saw earlier. But you just got to be mindful of the flavors. You want it all to come together, but you don't want any one thing to overpower the other. That's why I went in with a small stick of cinnamon, just a couple small pieces of ginger. The orange peel will bring that citrus note in there, and of course we want to pay homage to the 2 main flavors that we want, which is the sorrel and the guava. Next up, we've got the guava. If you can't source the fresh guava, if you check the Asian supermarkets, they usually have guava paste, and I've also seen the pulp being sold in the frozen section, and where the frozen fruits are, they usually have the pulp in there as well. So those are 2 other options if you can't source the guava, the fresh guava. Of course, we need water, and I'm going to add quite a bit more water in there. In total, about 16 cups of water. We're going to turn the stove on to high now, and we're going to bring that up to a boil. The whole idea is to bring it up to a boil. We're going to reduce it to a rolling boil and let it go for about 25 to 30 minutes. It took about 10 minutes, but you can see the sort of rapid boil we got going, and you can see the liquid is already starting to go that deep, rich red. The guava is starting to fall apart. Don't worry about that. We want that to happen because that is how actually we can encourage that to happen, because that's how we're going to get that guava flavor in the final drink. Well, we're not doing the drink, we're doing the syrup at this point. That syrup that essentially you can add water to later on, and you can do a number of things. So, you want to make desserts and you want this flavor in there, you want to do a cheesecake topping with it, you can. If you want to make the drink out of it, well, yeah, you add some of the syrup to some cold water or to some carbonated water, even some champagne. You want to add it, you want to make it festive, you can do all those things with the syrup that we're making. What I'm going to do now is reduce this down to a sort of a rolling boil and let it go for about 25 to 35 minutes or so, as I said, and then we're going to shut the stove off, put the lid on it, and put it aside to steep. It's been 30 minutes. You can see it's reduced quite a bit, maybe about by 1.5 cups of water. I'll just show you the orange peel, a lot of flavor from that. The guava is starting to break up, yeah, and just look at the brilliant color that we have on that there, near black. what we need to do now is push this to the side. My stove is off, put the lid on, let it steep until it cools down. Then we're going to strain it and we're going to bring it back into the pot to further reduce it into that syrup. Now remember, syrup means sugar, so we need to add sugar as well. But for now, just allow it to steep. The next part of the video you'll see is after I have strained it and it's back in the pot. I allowed it to steep overnight, to be honest with you, but you know, 3-4 hours or until it cools down that you can strain it, and you want to double strain it, and that is what happened here. Step by step, you know, beyond what you're seeing here, if you head over to CaribbeanPod.com, the website, you will have all the instructions there as well. What I want to mention to you all is once you strain it, put it into a cheesecloth, the Guava and the Sorrel, and really wring it because we want to pull out all of those flavors from it. Strained, filtered in my pot here. Now we want to reduce this because we're treating this as a syrup, and the reason for the syrup, as I mentioned earlier, is, you know, summertime, you want a nice little Sorrel drink. You just add it to carbonated water, cold carbonated water. And I mean, I'm saying summertime because, you know, we tend in the Caribbean to only use Sorrel at Christmas. But, yo, man, you pop some of this into your favorite champagne and, yo, man, it's the thing self. So what we need to do is to reduce it and to add sugar to treat it more like a syrup than anything else. And you can put this on your pancakes and stuff like that if you reduce it even further. I'm not going to go that far, but we are going to sort of make a concentrate. I do need 1 bay leaf. And the reason for adding the bay leaf now is because I want that sort of subtle flavor in there. Now, once we bring this up to a boil, I want you to reduce it all the way down to sort of a low, gentle simmer. We don't want to sort of parch it or scorch it. You know, on a high heat, it will change the sort of chemical breakdown and the flavor, the overall flavor. One more ingredient we need in there before I start the stove, and that is sugar. That's plain old white granulated sugar, and that's 3 cups of sugar that I went in there with. If you wanted to use honey, if you wanted to use agave, if you wanted to use brown sugar, cane sugar, raw cane sugar, any sort of sweetener you want to add in here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will say it again, it's a concentrate, it's like a syrup, so that is why there's a lot of sugar in here. Remember, we're not using all of this in the drink. We're going to take small amounts and add it to whatever drink that we want to make later on. Next up, I'm just going to turn on my stove. As soon as I start seeing little tiny bubbles, I'm going to turn my heat down just to allow it to gently go until it's reduced. As soon as it starts warming up, you'll find that that sugar is going to dissolve in there as well, so don't stress too much about that. It's been about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I'll just quickly show you what happened. If you look on the side here, you'll see it's reduced by about 1/3, because when we started it was near the top. Now this is a concentrate as it is. What I would recommend doing is removing the bay leaf from in there and allow it to cool before you put it into the bottles that you would be putting it into the fridge. Syrup. So this is a concentrate. If you want the syrup, I would allow it to go down even further. So I would allow 2/3 of it to evaporate to get to that sort of syrup consistency, and it will be very pronounced with the flavor, with the sweetness and everything else. If you want to put it on your waffles and your pancakes, if you wanted to make this into a jam as it is, or a jello, what I would recommend doing is to allow it to reduce it by 50%, then add some pectin in here, and then that would help to thicken it up. As it cools, it will thicken up and get to that sort of jam or jelly sort of consistency. But for now, all I'm going to do is to remove that bay leaf. It's done its job, and we're going to discard it and allow this to cool before we do the final step. I've got my glass with some ice. We need some carbonated water. I'm gonna put that on the side for a second. We're gonna pop one of the concentrate out. We're gonna put some of that concentrate in there, like so. And you want to do maybe a 50-50 or a 60-40, more on the water than the concentrate, if anything. And all you would do, boom. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. We just made Guava Sorrel concentrate, and I showed you all how I put it together. I mean to say in the summer months you can make a shandy with this with some lager beer. You can get your favorite prosecco or champagne. You can do the same thing. And you know, it's already sweetened, but if you wanted to sweeten it some more, if you want to put in some fruit in there, you want to float some fruit in there, some cranberries, all those different things you can, you know, and any like grapes, a simple thing is grapes, you can put some grapes in there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a wonderful time with family and friends this holiday season.